Good morning. A short while ago, I watched a video of a forgiveness ceremony that was held uh, in the presence of the tribal elders of the Lakota nations and other Native American tribes, where veterans of the United States Army asked for forgiveness in the name of the United States and the United States Armed Forces for what the white settlers and army have been doing to Native Americans ever since colonists arrived on the shores of what was going to be the United States. And I think that is possibly the most powerful historical event that I have ever witnessed, although very few people know about it, and so it may not change much. But the reason why I believe it is so powerful is because asking people for forgiveness for what one has done in one's ignorance and incomprehension and blindness and rage and pain is the way, is the foundation for achieving justice and recognizing the other person as a valid partner in peace. And so today I'm going to read an apology to my Palestinian brothers and sisters. And I know that I can't represent the entire Jewish people, and I know that there are many Jewish people who strongly object to being associated with Israel and the crimes of the Israeli state. And nonetheless, I believe that it is only necessary for one person to begin this process for it to gather momentum and begin to be part of the vibration, if you will, of what is going on right now. Because I believe that the total lack of control demonstrated by Israel at this very moment is something that issues from a guilty conscience and from not knowing what the proper steps are to deal with a guilty conscience. Dearest brothers and sisters, I stand here before you, trembling with fear and pain and shame. I am here to say the unspeakable, for even as I speak these words, the worst of what I am about to speak of may yet be in the making. I humbly beg your forgiveness for what my people have done to your people. I humbly ask for forgiveness in the name of all those who do not have the courage and wisdom and foresight to know what they have done and why, or what was done in their name in the course of realizing a dream for themselves. I humbly ask your forgiveness because I know that nothing I or any one of us can do will ever bring back your loved ones, your parents, your brothers and sisters, your grandparents, your children, your friends, or indeed your land. I have waited too long to seek your forgiveness, and I fear that I may be alone in seeking your forgiveness, that others of my people will think I am foolish or that I am wrong. I seek forgiveness for what is not in my power to stop or undo. I understand the pain and grief and sorrow I have caused you, who as members of the human race are forever my brothers and sisters. I understand your loss, how my fellow Jews chased you from your land, erased your memory, and have tried to deny your humanity. I understand these things because, of course, there is no Jew alive today who does not bear a memory of these things from the past. It is clear to me today that we Jews did not learn from our past, but sought instead to use the past to legitimize our colonization of your land and to dismiss any misgivings we might have had about how this impacted you. I am deeply pained by this because although I personally have never been a member of the colonizing force that occupied your land, or even agreed to that, nonetheless, our elected representatives decided to desecrate the memory of our dead by using them to justify their crimes against you. I am deeply ashamed of this and beg your forgiveness too, because our grandparents who died in the Nazi concentration camps are your relatives too, and their deaths are a cause of great grief to humanity as a whole. I have traveled among you, enjoyed your hospitality wherever I went. From Morocco to Iran and beyond, I was always welcomed and treated as a friend, even when my hosts knew I was a Jew, and even when they knew I had an Israeli passport. All anyone amongst my Arab friends wanted from me in return is to know that I understand, that I am aware of the oppression to which the entire Arab Muslim world has been subjected for roughly as long as Jews. I am deeply ashamed of the little solace I am able to offer in return. I want you to know that I have seen the beauty and achievements of Arab culture which extend well beyond the wonders of algebra and the splendors of architecture. Even in the silence and solitude of the desert, I shared with Bedouins a deep, mystical peace and unity that completely transcends the color of our skins, our religious beliefs, and our cultural differences. And hence I know that our souls are all one, despite the confusion and pain caused by those who stumble through life as if they are blind. They should not be in power, and I shall do everything in my power to prevent them from ever wielding power over me. And if that is not enough, I beg your forgiveness.